Hello, my name is Fox Reds, Fox, and I just finished watching the third installment of the CG anime series of Godzilla. It's the third part of like this 3-part movie. Even though the end I think is hinting that they want to do a Mothra one, which I don't know. But this is the third and quote unquote final part of it, which a couple things. One, I do like this series. I don't think it's spectacularly all that great. I'll say that right now. It's not all that spectacularly great, but like a lot of things, and I say this about Sword Art Online, but Sword Art Online is way shittier than this. This has some really cool ideas. And I really, really like a lot of this. Where, again, like in the last episode of this, it was, like, it shows that, like, each of these civilizations kind of has their own monster. Where, Earth has Godzilla, which in this version, Godzilla isn't just, mutated reptile. Which, then again, I think Shin Godzilla, I think, is, just the mutated reptile. But, Godzilla Earth, as it's called, is actually Godzilla Earth is actually made up of the Earth. Apparently, it's made of like byproducts of plants and radioactivity and all this other stuff, and that's created Earth Godzilla, which is the biggest and baddest motherfucker of Godzilla's yet. And that's a cool idea. I like the idea that Mechagodzilla is the Pseudo-Wudo's like their monster, and that's a monster created by technology. And then you have Mothra's, which is more similar to Godzilla, where it's a natural monster that these people of these new quote unquote Earthlings, which are kind of a hybrid, they call upon Mothra. There's that power there. And then you have Ghidorah, which, spoiler, it's like, I would say to go see this. I feel like Godzilla. I liked it. It's not the greatest thing, but it's still good, I think. But in this case, Ghidorah is a space-time, alternate timeline, dimension-hopping monster that consumes other monsters to sustain itself. And it's kind of freaking amazing. Even though the design on it, it's and we never get to see it fully, which kind of sucks. It honestly is a cool idea. Each monster is, instead of it just being a monster, instead of it just being a giant monster, which again is supposed to represent a force of like the universe or something, like, instead of it being just like something that's supposed to represent just a calamity, which is the whole thing. Like Godzilla is the American bomb, the thing that hit Hiroshima, which in a sense is kind of cool because that then means Godzilla is literally supposed to represent America. And that is the thing that everyone mostly remembers from Japan, is the giant lizard that's based off of America. Well, other than anime and everything else, but still, Japan, Godzilla is kind of like, if Ireland can have a national animal of the unicorn, I think Japan should have the national animal of a Godzilla. But yeah, it's kind of something along those lines, where instead of it being just like he's a representation of these forces or like certain like nuclear bombs, in this it's kind of the force of the universe, where Godzilla is literally the Earth itself. King Ghidorah is things beyond even that. Mechagodzilla is the sense of what do you call it? Like human advancements of just technology in itself, like advances of civilization's technology in itself. And Mothra, I guess you could probably say a little bit of faith too, but like Shad is more the hopeful one. Even though I will say, I do like certain things that happen here, where like Mephistopheles or whatever the heck his name is, he's using like religion to kind of control people, and like they're kind of showing like why in some cases religion can be a very, very bad thing. While also like I like a little bit that like, because there is like the whole idea also that like Mephis says that he's like a god. The only difference between like some people believe that that eventually technology will resemble what people in the past would call magic. And I do see that as that, like, technology and magic kind of are intertwined. At least for me, I say it, but I don't know. And I'm sure a lot of people do. But still, like, that's how I do kind of see that as well. And, like, even says, like, how do you not know, like, God, like, we just have, you guys have, that humanity just hasn't evolved enough to know, to realize what God is. Or so, like, in that case, their God is King Ghidorah, who is, you know, a monster from an alternate timeline who just eats other monsters. Literally, apparently, the whole Mephiles' people, they go around and they go to different planets and worlds and find places where the civilization of there has grown so big that the planet itself wants to kill them with giant monsters. And through that, they summon King Ghidorah to then eat the monster as well as the planet. And that's kind of the whole thing what actually was happening. He's been preparing, I forgot his name, Haruo, Kerbifer. Been preparing Kerbifer for like a while now to basically, one, make him a sacrifice, because apparently it's like now tied to Kerbifer to allow him to summon Ghidorah. Like, he can summon Ghidorah. If he calls out his name, Ghidorah will be brought into this world and basically, I guess, take over. I'm not sure about that bit. Some things get mixed up. But yeah, there's some really cool things about this. And, like, again, like, there's some cool things, but the biggest parts that I don't like about this series is that, like, it feels too held back by certain things. Like, mind you, I love the idea of changing things up. Like, Mechagodzilla, we're going to make him into a city. But I feel like we should have, at least by the end, gotten Mechagodzilla come forth to fight. In this, of course, they've been alluding to Mothra this entire time. And we do see Mothra for a little bit, but she's cast in shadow. And it's like in a vision sequence that Mephiles kind of has put Kerbifer under. But Haruo, yeah. But Kerbifer under and, you know, brought, and basically they use it to bring him back. I like that. That's actually, I want it, but I want to see more. I want to see, and like the fight with King Ghidorah and Godzilla is King Ghidorah's head's reaching through the universe. It's just like the universe and grabbing Godzilla and absorbing his heat and like his radiation. But we don't ever get Ghidorah completely into this universe, nor do we see like a big fight between the two. Like, even though there's a point where, like, you know, Godzilla's trying to hit King Ghidorah, but he can't hit him because apparently like space-time is warped, so he can't hit him. But Godzilla can actually, when Godzilla does hit him, I'm like, fuck yeah! But the thing is, that's so close to the end that like there is no actual fight, which kind of sucks. Those are some of the bigger issues on it. Even though there are some still cool scenes with Godzilla shooting lasers, stuff like that. There is a whole idea about philosophy. Even though Mephiles' like whole ideology is like, what is it? What makes a monster is fear. What makes a hero is hatred. And that's, I would say what makes an Avenger is hatred. What makes a hero is, like, I guess, corny love, kinda, a little bit more. Because if you think of stuff like Superman, he becomes a hero because he wants to protect people. He loves humanity and all that stuff. That's why he's a superhero. Batman, even though, like, he starts off more as an Avenger because for his parents to make sure nothing ever happened. For, like, you know, Avenger for his parents, but then eventually he becomes a hero when he's like, I'm never going to let this happen to anyone ever again. I'm not going to let anyone lose their family, lose their parents. And heck, you can even say because of love towards his parents, that's the reason why he becomes a hero. A hero, I don't think, is defined by hatred. I think an Avenger, such as, like, Sasuke Uchiha, is more, not the Marvel Avengers. I feel like an Avenger is more someone who works along with hatred instead of you know, that's more an Avengers trait than a hero's trait. But even then, like, there's so many ideas that I do like in this, and I do like the art style. there is some cool things. Even though at one point, like, Kerbifer apparently falls in love with one of the twins, even though I can't tell. I guess he falls in love with the angry one. I believe it's the angry one he falls in love with. But, and like, there's kind of a twist like, oh, like, the nice one isn't the one that actually helped him. It was the angry one. The angry one actually is the one who likes him. And he gets her pregnant, and it's kind of nice. Like, the rest of humanity basically gets fucked over. Like, everyone on the ship, dead. All the Pseudo-Wudos, dead. No Pseudo-Wudos are alive. All of Mephiles' people are gone as well. Mephiles dies, but he leaves Kerbifer that says, like, King Ghidorah will be watching through your eyes, and I was, like, stuck with him forever until, spoiler, until, like, there's a death. But, yeah, like, it has good ideas, and there's some cool things, especially, like, when everyone's like, how are we gonna fight Ghidorah? Because they don't know how to fight him, and it's because, like, he has an anchor, and you need to break the anchor to actually be able to hurt him. And that anchor is Mephiles. But, like, there are some cool scenes, there's some cool ideas. They bring up Kerbifer's parents for one point, and I'm like, alright. Sure, I didn't think that was really a big part. I know there was that charm he left, like, in first episode, sure, but I didn't really think much of it, I guess. I don't know. But there's some cool ideas. And also, I just love the scene where, like, Mephiles and as well as the other guy of, like, that same race, like, bring all the humans together, and, like, they make them start praying. And, like, they're praying, like, please, Ghidorah, show us demise and destruction. Because apparently, like, life is good because of destruction, I think is, like, kind of the philosophy of the Mephiles' people. But they're like, destroy, consume our souls, stuff like that. And I'm thinking, like, this reminds me back of, like, when I used to go to, like, church. And I would listen, and then, like, I was just repeat what everyone else says. Until I started listening to what everyone said, they're like, please, and basically it comes down to begging God to not get fucking smited. It comes down to God, him going, God, we fear you. We are afraid of you. Don't kill us. Is literally kind of a lot of the Catholic prayers. And I'm like, I am religious, but I'm just like, no, I love God, but that's philosophy. But I'm like, I don't know why I would fear, but sure, like, I'm not gonna, because that's kind of like that. I'm like, you guys are just following everyone else in the crowd, aren't you? You're not really listening to what you're actually saying. And that's kind of the point, because then when Ghidorah comes out of the sky, it starts destroying the ship, it starts warping space-time to the point where, like, people on the bridge are like, life signs on the bridge are gone? Does that mean we're all dead? And then they get eaten by Ghidorah. Oh, because warping space-time. It's like, huh. It's cool. It's cool things. It's cool ideas. I like it. I'm gonna, they have it on, Amazon. I'm gonna buy it because they have, like, this, but of Godzilla Earth, and I'm gonna buy it. But yeah, like, I like this. This is not a bad series. If there could have been a little bit more to it, I would like to see more CG Godzilla movies, because I feel like animation and CG are, like, some of my favorite, like, kind of styles to do things. I would love to see, like, an animated version, like this CG animation version, but, like, showing more when they're actually cities, stuff like that. Because, again, there are so many different things where, like, they're no longer in a city. You're no longer fighting in these things, but, like, there are some cool, but it is still cool seeing this Godzilla. It's cool when, like, Ghidorah comes, you hear, like, the classic, like, sound effects for Ghidorah, or the sound effects of Mothra when she appears, and it's really cool. I like it. It's awesome. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I would recommend this, but again, like, I'm sure it's not for everybody. Again, it's not the greatest Godzilla story, but it is really good. Even though I have Shin Godzilla, Shin Godzilla, even though a lot of people are saying, like, oh, I really like it, like, especially, like, the Game Grumps, where they say, oh, yeah, I like Shin Godzilla. I'm like, I like his design. I like everything that had to do with Shin Godzilla. I hated everything that had to do with the human characters and, like, basically Japan politics, government politics, and stuff like that during the stuff. And I'm like, I'd rather just see Godzilla destroy shit. Not mindlessly, like, you have an actual story connected with Pete characters that are connected with Godzilla in some way. You can see how things happen with, like, oh, the trauma of all this stuff coming with this as well. But in the end, it is kind of In the end, Shin Godzilla was like, I loved everything with Godzilla. I fucking hated everything else. Where it's just like the main character never even sees Godzilla, even though that's kind of the whole point. Is like dealing with a natural disaster. I get it, but it was still boring on a lot of parts. Except when Godzilla started coming in, and it's like, holy fucking shit, it's amazing. But anyways, it's awesome. I liked it. Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching, because I've done these on my Facebook on this somewhere, and we will see you later. Also, I can't wait for the new Godzilla movie. Bella, she's like, I don't appreciate you making that noise.